Everybody. In this video clip, I'm going to revisit how we set up the necessary data set before we run a logistic regression. So the first thing we did was to check if there are any inputs with a significant number of the missing values in them. If so, we perform imputation by replacing missing values with the average of all non-missing values in that input. So let's see how we can do that. So this is our diagram. I'm going to bring in a node named impute from a modify tab. So select modify, and I'm going to drag impute node and place it right on the probability tree we have. And connect data partition directly to impute. And within the impute node, you look at its properties panel window. Under train heading, these class variables, these three options are for how to replace categorical inputs if they have any missing values in them. The next two can deal with enable or continuous variables if they have any the missing values in them. So depending upon the nature of your input, you have to make adjustment accordingly. And the input, the variable which has missing value in this example is, the first thing is, let me take a look at it again. And right, so some of them are categorical, some of them are continuous. And the default input method with respect to categorical inputs is gonna replace it with the categorical input with the maximum frequency. And when it comes to enable inputs, it's gonna replace missing with the mean, the average of all non-missing values in it. So that's what the default setups are designed for. And so we don't make any changes at this moment, but the change we're gonna make is under score heading. So under indicator variables, we're gonna change none to unique, meaning not only we make replacements, but also we create a new flag indicating the fact that in that input, in that variable, there were missing values, observations with missing values. So creating a additional indicator variable to indicate the fact that there exists missingness, it can convey important information. It can be highly correlated with the target variable of interest. So if there are some systematical manner by which the potential donors they systematically reveal their own age information, or even the other way around, it can be an important indicator. So we are not simply throwing away, rather keeping that information by creating additional indicator variable here. So that's what is this. And change its role from rejected to input. Basically, it's going to serve as an additional input variable. That's what this is for. So with this, run impute node and see what happens on the data set. still running. Okay, so the results. So enterprise miner perform imputation task on these following three variables, inputs. And not only it created a new input, new variable, named this with this prefix imp. So whenever a person's age information was missing, under this variable, now you will see the replaced value, which is the average of all non-missing age values from other users. And it also created a new indicator variable with the prefix m. So whenever age information was previously missing, this indicator variable has the value of 1, otherwise 0. And this is exact imputed value, which goes to this variable when the original age information was missing. So from this imputation process, we created a total of 3 plus these 3. So in total, 6 new variables have been created as a result of this imputation process. So let's exit this window and see what happened on the data set. To do that, you click Exported Data on the General heading. And when the new window appears, we're going to select the Explorer tab to tap into the raw data. So since we split our original data into train and validation, you can choose either train and validation set, but you will get the same result. I mean, in terms of whether we have created, to see if we have created 6 more variables, just select train and hit explore button, and you will get access to the training set you have, the 50% of the original data set at the bottom of the screen once the new window pops up. So this is the raw data, and if I scroll all the way to the end, starting from here, so this is imputed age, and oops, should have not selected this. And then this is imputed gift amount average, and this is imputed median income. So they are all non-missing. You see repeated observations with the same number because that is the imputed value. And besides the 3 inputs, we have additional set of 3 inputs. They are flags, they are indicator variables. Whether the age information was previously missing, if so, you see the value of 1. If the age information was previously observed, not missing, then you see the value of 0. Likewise, you see this indicator variable for 2 other inputs which had missing values. So I'm going to close this, and now you're ready to run a logistic regression.